How we doing? We're in my kitchen, realizing I need a haircut. And I let the sideburns come back in, and I don't know if they still suit me or not. Probably not. All right, so wanted to give everybody kind of a little heads up as to what has been going on. I had today off and was able to kind of catch up on some stuff and kind of figure out a little bit about where we were, where I need to be with April coming to an end and with May, following. It's usually how that works on the calendar. Can you tell the low energy I've had of late? One big thing has been taking stock of where we are on specific projects. Last summer, our big project was Amityville Pool Toy Massacre. That is really far into editing. One of the drawbacks from how we shot it was the amount of digital effects that we were going to have to add to composite effects in, and actors who had to shoot independent of other actors because of scheduling, getting everybody to sync up. So that has been a bigger undertaking than I was really prepared for. But we have a great editor who's been working on it very hard. You're going to see a poster, you're going to see a trailer in May, and that's exciting. But it was very much in the abstract as you're shooting it, and as people who've done this before tell me, okay, this is how you have to do this for this to work. I was doing it under the pretense of this is how they said to do it, this is what makes sense to me, trying to explain it to people, but a lot of times it was very abstract to me as well. But it is starting to come together, and it is cool to see pieces cutting together that fit well together. The big goal is to have that prepared for this summer for a premiere, and then we're going to do that on self-distribution. The producer, Will, who I'm working with on that one, wants to set up another project right away. So I started writing for him an idea that he had. It was called Thundercock Jones, and it was sort of based on the Johnny Wad, John Holmes porn movies of the 70s that had like a full story, but done kind of in an Austin Powers kind of way. It's like, it's not really porn. It's like an action sci-fi comedy set in the world of adult film. So I got about 30 something pages written of that. It's kind of getting a little bit bigger than I think we both had anticipated. So we kind of put the brakes on it right now, and kind of thinking about how to reestablish it or to kind of start from something else. In the last 4 months, I've been working my ass off. Obviously, anybody who knows, back in the end of October, early November, my car was totaled. Someone smashed it all up. I got my insurance money, and I was going to get another car when I moved to where I'm running a theater now. And apparently, I missed a court date for an Easy Pass toll that I didn't pay. It's like $125 or something like that. So they suspended my driver's license for 6 months. Well, I was able to get my lawyer to talk it down to 3 months because I never got the mail. It was delivered to my old apartment, and my old landlord didn't tell me that there was any mail there, because things were coming to my house, where I'm living now. But so being stuck has been sucky because I've been kind of relying on the kindness of strangers. Thankfully, I live right next door, so I can walk to wherever I need to get to. But it's slowed down the editing process. It's slowed down the filming process. We've only shot, since I moved here, we shot 2 more scenes for Amityville, and then we shot 1 scene for another project that is that's basically going to be a teaser for a comic book, where we are on the comic book. So 3 years ago, we started production on the Florida Man Saves Christmas comic book, working with a publisher. They had a very different idea of what it should be. And then someone else had put out a Florida Man comic as well. Now theirs is more of like a My Name is Earl kind of, white trash tweaker adventure story. I think it had something to do with like a stolen baseball card or something like that. Mine is more Trailer Park Lovecraft. I wanted it to kind of be like a white trash Hellboy kind of thing. Everybody loved the script. I wrote it back in 2018. We were going to do it as a film originally. You could look on this page and find info on it. We got the first 6 issues done of a 12-issue arc, and then we had to start making a lot of changes. There was requests that were made for changes. There were likenesses that had to change, and then other artists and stuff were working on other books. So one guy was working with Alicia Keys on a book. So it was when we had the time, when we had the money to make it happen. We finally got it into a place where our team and the publisher are both happy with it. So for something of this size, I didn't want it to take 3 years, but it's taken 3 years, and I think it's going to be worth it in the long run. Where it's probably going to not be called Florida Man just because that other book exists, but it's still going to be, this particular story is still called Florida Man Saves Christmas, and it's just big and weird and phantasmagorical. What else we got? So you're going to be able to look for that. I have indigestion, like really bad. You're going to be able to look for that sometime later this summer. You're going to see it. The issue has been now Previews, who handles a lot of comic book distribution. We had done a lot of legwork in getting situated with them, and now they're going bankrupt. And they're the ones who supply comic books to all stores. And so now it's going to be a matter of just finding a new outlet for self-distribution if we have to, or taking it through another arm. But whatever, it is what it is. But over the last 4 months, I kind of hit this stride of just like going back and rewriting or starting completely new scripts. I was very much inspired. A friend of mine was hanging out with me and was really like pushing me to get more done. So over the last 4 months, I've gotten 7 fucking screenplays done. Rewriting stuff that goes all the way back to writing stuff that goes all the way back to like 2017. Laser Dudes, which I started in 2021. This is kind of it's Laser Dudes, the Galactic Queen of War, Amazon Roller Babes, Werewolf Astronauts, Sexy Schoolgirl Witches, Gangster Fishmen, Slime Foo, Robots and Lasers. Oh my. I kind of wanted to do, like, if Canon Films would have done an adaptation of like an 8-bit side-scrolling beat-em-up game. Outhouse on Haunted Hill, which is a short for an anthology story, or for an anthology movie that we're going to be working on in time for VHS Fest. It's going to be made up of a couple different 1980s style short films. They will all be in the style of genres from there. This is this is a top secret one. This is a comic book prequel to another screenplay that I wrote, because some guy said that he was going to sue us because he claimed he owned the rights to a name that he doesn't own the rights to, and we did all the research and our lawyers looked into everything. So, and he claims that the movie's already done, that his version of it that I wrote way back in like 2016, and because I've never gotten paid a cent for it, and I spent a lot of my own money on 13 drafts of the script, and a trailer and posters and the actors and all that kind of stuff. We did a prequel comic book that we're going to put out quickly just to hold the rights to it. So we have that. Transylvania Bikini Car Wash Ghouls, which is kind of my take on the late 80s, early 90s Cinemax bikini car wash movies, but with like a monster vibe to it. It was originally the Ghouls script, which we were going to do instead of Amityville Pool Toy Massacre, but then the location wasn't available, so we had to change it. But this draft is, I took this script and another script and combined them all into one, because this is Scared Fitless. This was just an 80s VHS tape, novelty tape, kind of like Linnea Quigley's horror workout. It was going to be an actual workout video because friends of mine are personal trainers and professional dancers, and they like the idea of doing this kind of Wayne's World meets Elvira thing that has actual workout pieces in it. So I wrote this, and then pieces of it are also from Last Video Store on the Left by the Cemetery, which I wrote, and we started shooting back when I was at Hack the Movies, but I rewrote it for that. And then the big one, I finished finally, this is huge, the Florida Man's comic book sequel. It's either going to be Florida Man in R.I.P. Tide or Florida Man Gets Moist. You guys can decide which title you like better. I started this one back in 2022. I just went back and did a full rewrite. This is a couple hundred pages, and it's a big, weird story. And then the last one that I finished up was Kung Fu Bikini Dinosaur Planet, which is exactly what you think it is. Just kind of wanted to do a kind of cheesy sci-fi, Hell Comes to Frogtown, Kung Fu style, Dinosaur Island, like the Fredo and Ray movie. I don't know, just a bunch of shit. So I got all those done. It's nice out, so all the motorcycles are out. Got all those done, rewritten, and then I've got 2 other scripts that I started. One is The Microwaved Man, which I'm 15 pages into. That's going to be another short for the VHS one, kind of a takeoff on Shocker and The Projected Man and Microwave Massacre, kind of combining a lot of those things, a little bit of The Burning as well. And then the last one was the Thundercock Jones script, which I'm 30 pages into, and it's really funny. I just think it might be too big, especially because Will wants to cast like real porn stars in it, and I think that might be kind of pricey, so we'll see how that goes. So the ultimate goal now is we get the comic book solicitation out this summer, we get Pool Toy out this summer to people to check out, and then take it to the AFM in November. Another project that's been sitting for a while that I'm kind of not sure where it is anymore is Sucks to Suck, which is Fallon's script. I shot all my scenes. We shot all the stuff that I wrote, and then the restaurant that she was filming the third act for closed down. She did a crowdfund for it, and I know that everybody got their rewards because I personally took a whole fucking lot of them to UPS and to the post office to mail them out. But I don't have anything else to film with that one. I just told her I'm available if she needs me to help her, so I'm not really sure where that one is, but I know that she says she has a plan and she has another investor who's helping her with that. So that one's off my list right now. Debbie Does Demons is streaming on May 5th. I was in that. I wrote and produced a part of that one. Cold of Blood is now available on streaming, which I wrote. Strange Toys is available, which I co-wrote for pre-sale. Bigfoot Exorcist, Shark Exorcist 2, Swamp Zombies 2, Convention Creeps, which I was a writer, producer on. They're all out now streaming. You can find all them online. And then you've got, what the fuck else did I do? River Beauty, I think he's almost done with. I'm not sure when that's coming out. What else? I don't know. There's a bunch of shit I did for Donald Farmer and a bunch of stuff I did for Robbie Lopez that are all coming out. Darby Screamhouse, Wicked Witch. I don't know. I've done so much of this shit. But you're going to start to see more stuff coming as the summer hits. And then we'll start to kind of let you guys know what the next project is going to be. I'm hoping it's going to be the VHS one as like a quickie that we can shoot while we have the guy finishing editing Amityville Pool Toy Massacre. And then I want to jump into one of the other ones. I'd love to do the dinosaur one. I'd love to do the bikini car wash one. The original plan was going to be to jump right into Infestoids. And I was pretty proud of that one. But once we started getting notes back, it just seemed like what I wanted to do and what they wanted to do was very different. And I don't think we could find a middle ground for that particular story. So it's going to have to be a complete and total rewrite. So I kind of lost interest in that one while I jumped into rewrapping all of these up. And, you know, it's funny to look back. I reread all of the scripts that are there. And I was like, man, you can tell where my head was at specific times. Like the stuff that was written during the Screenwave post stuff is very dark. Or you could tell who I was with at the time, or where my head was. It was funny. So that's why it was good to go back and rewrite them and kind of give a fresh set of eyes on things. But I want to go back and rewrite Infestoids kind of a little bit more like what they want, but I'm trying to figure out my angle into it. But I'm starting to have money come in for these projects. That's the biggest thing, is all the shit that we've done finally starting to get out there, finally starting to get some payback from it. And then, yeah, so that we'll go from there. But that's kind of where we are right now on the project front. There's a million things I want to do. It's just a matter of get my license back. I should be getting the letter in the mail sometime this week, I'm told, because it's been 3 months. All the fines are all paid and all that kind of shit. And, I refiled all my paperwork. I sent it in. I spent my other $90 to get my license and all that kind of stuff. So we'll go from there. And my car that I leased has just been sitting for the last 3 months. Once that's situated, I'll be mobile again and we can start doing some stuff, because I know we got some conventions that we've been asked to do. And Oh, and this coming Friday night, you have Swamp Zombies 2 playing in Australia on the big screen, which is going to be pretty cool. And so if you're in Perth, go check out that. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of give everybody a heads up because I'm constantly scattershotting shit online. It's, oh, we're doing this, and then it's like, where is it? You know, when are we going to see this stuff? And I get that. It's embarrassing and it's frustrating because it makes me look like a fucking crazy person. But really what it is I don't really have control over when a distributor or a producer puts something out. I can get all the work done that I can, and then it's up to them for when they want to put stuff out and when it makes the most sense with the window. If they want to make their investment back. So when I see people like, he never gets anything done, I was like, it's not on me at this point. I've done it. Go back and look at all the fucking pictures of all the stuff that I've shot. But they're smart about it. These people have done this shit before who are backing me. And they want to make their money back, obviously, before we can do another one, if we do another one. And they don't want to just scattershot things. They want things to make sense, to make money, and go from there. So early May, mid-May maybe, we'll start kind of rolling things out a little bit more and showing people a bit more what we're doing. But right now, I just want to kind of reach out to some people and let them know where we are on some things, and things I don't really have any saying anymore, but I'm still in the process of trying to get stuff together, and we're gonna, you see the comics, you're gonna see the movies and stuff like that. So the me who just wants to shut people up, like, desperately wants to release cool images that we have and shit like that, and they're just like, if you do it, we're done, we're not helping you anymore. So I have to hold back on, when someone talks shit online about me or something, to be like, oh yeah, well, what do you fucking think about this? Like, look who's involved with this thing, but they're like, if you do that, we're not going to help you. So I have to kind of bite my tongue and just suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune until we can get that together. But it drives me nuts because the part of me that wants to show people we are doing things just dies a little bit inside. That's why I'm throwing myself into writing so fucking much, and then this last month has just been so, like, with work and stuff like that, there just hasn't been time to create, and I've kind of, the person who was musing me a little bit more isn't really around anymore, so they moved on, their life got busy, so I've kind of, like, I'm missing that person who was kind of pushing me to drive to write a little bit more. But I got 7 scripts done, in 4 months, and I've got 25 scripts on my desktop. So there's plenty of content, and whenever something new comes along, I always jump at the opportunity to do it. I still wish they would have put out the wrestling comic book that I wrote. I have no idea whatever happened to that. There's just a whole bunch of shit that I've done for people that I don't think is ever going to see the light of day, but it is what it is. I'm just chomping at the bit, to let people know what we're doing and to get rolling on it and start building a catalog of shit. But until then, that's it. That's my little update for today. I had time to sit down, take stock of everything, talk to the distributors, see when things are coming out, see when we're going to see progress on things, and and then eventually they'll go, all right, yeah, it sucks, but he finished it. And that's kind of just where I want to be, is, it's better than nothing. So that's it. That's our update. Bye.